want a horse to go, I don't understand what you want, I think I'll do that instead.
He's never been able to do this before. The first time we had the farrier out, I thought someone was going to get killed.
Unfortunately, in a lot of my videos, I'm learning to put the ending first, because people will watch and have very negative comments about how I train the horse to fix it, to rehabilitate it, to allow its feet to be trimmed, or whatever I happen to be working on. So this is the end of the session. He's standing on a loose line and allowing me to pick up his feet. I've been able to put him on the hoof jack. But if you stay tuned, you'll see the difficult road that it took to get there. First session was 2 hours. Second one was just 1. And I worked with another horse. So here he is in the cross ties, and unfortunately the tie on the left was shorter where he made contact with first, and he ripped out. And here it is in slow motion. You see that the left one had broken away first. This is his owner, and then me on our second session again. And I will go back to the first session of everything that I did, and I did leading, lunging. I understand the horse is rideable. I wouldn't ride him. He obviously was abused, manhandled, woman-handled, whatever. He doesn't want you to get on his offside. He doesn't lunge. He doesn't, the vet told her at the vet check, don't lunge him because he rears. So, in my opinion, I wanted to do all this groundwork, and here's my first session, to teach him what I wanted, what I expected of him, that he needed to yield. I wanted to teach him to lunge. I wanted to be able to yield his hind end. I needed to feel safe, that he respected me and also trust me, so he wouldn't kick me. He weighs at least 1,000, and just one well-placed kick and I could be disabled. So this is a very dangerous job, working with a horse that is a known kicker. He shouldn't have to feel that he has to fight for his life, but he also should understand, and I don't remember how old he is, maybe he's 10, I'm not sure, but he should understand to go forward and to yield and to not turn in. He rears because he doesn't know what is expected of him, or he feels vulnerable to my whip. I need a whip to train, and he feels vulnerable to that. Instead of rearing, the answer would be just to yield, to go straight ahead and to walk on. Again, if I cannot explain this to him and have him understanding, yielding, and complying, I really don't want to get underneath him and ask him to give me his foot when I know that he has kicked and pulled away and come at people. And I don't think he's a mean horse. I think he's felt trapped and fought because he felt trapped. So I can't not do what I do and say, oh, poor baby, you're misunderstood, your mama didn't love you, and everyone mistreated you, so I'm going to treat you with kid gloves. I can't do that. That doesn't help the horse. That doesn't make him feel good in his skin. You know, we want to get him over the fear, and we want to get him responding and not jumping out of his skin if somebody goes to pet him or rub him with the whip. He's also hard to catch. So he's got a lot of issues, and this is how I feel safest to fix him, not just going straight for his feet. That's a battle that he's already won multiple times, and I don't want to get kicked. So I'm just asking him to yield, to go out, and we just want to go around the pen. I just want to get him started around the pen, because horses that don't lunge, if I can just have them walk with me and put the whip over their wither and just have them take one step forward and then rub them, then I can get them to understand, hey, this is all I'm asking, just let's go. I also want him to respond when I wiggle that rope and to get off the pressure. He has to tune in, and at this point he was just like, how can I get away from her? I think she's just out to hurt me. And you'll see as we go along, if you hang in there, that he starts understanding, and then he starts putting all his effort into, what can I do? What would you like me to do? There I just posture because I take action. Again, his responsibility was to back up instead of rear. Back up when I wheel that rope. And you'll see as he starts understanding, he goes, oh, okay, you just want me to back up. But so many things are just a mystery to him, and it's not a good place to be. So people get bent out of shape when I posture and do these types of things, but I can guarantee you that the horse just feels better. He might not feel better initially, but it's he'll feel better as the sessions go along. And then just to, again, when I came back, he was so much easier and understood, oh, you just want me to walk, you just want me to turn to the right. He gets upset when I got on the opposite side to turn him, and if you are going to lunge a horse, he needs to yield not just from this direction, but from the opposite direction, which of course is going to have a hard time with, because he had a hard time yielding to the right. We want the horse to yield to the right instead of us dragging him along. We want him to get out of our way. When he yields and we can do a right hand turn, he's looking at you in here, then that's changes his whole walnut. His brain has a change in it when he starts getting out of our way instead of circling us. So before he couldn't even do this, going the other way when he was pinched between the fence and myself, and now here he's walking alongside instead of running his body out to the middle of the ring, which is what he did when I started, just running away, and I had to drive him back. And now, and this is just probably 15 minutes after the lessons, now I'm going to ask him to lunge. Before, you remember that when I looked where I wanted him to go, pointed and raised the stick, he just wanted to face me, turn in, and rear, because he didn't know the answer. But here he goes, sure. Oh, you want me to go that way? And you take the pressure off the minute I try? Well, that's not so difficult. That was the first time that I asked him to disengage his hindquarters and back up from here, and he did great. Because now you could see he's thinking. He's thinking about things. He's thinking about what I want. Look at his ears going back and forth. And I'm going to reel him up and pet on him. It's like, I don't know if I want to come so close to you. I truly feel bad for horses like this. I don't enjoy getting rough with them. Here, is where I'm asking him to yield to the other way, and he's not yielding. But you'll see when I put pressure with my hand up in the air, the minute he yields, I take that pressure down. If another horse was coming at him from his bad side, he wouldn't say, "Oh, Jake, I can't move, that's my bad eye." He'd lift them front feet up and turn right into that fence to get away from a horse that outranked him. He wouldn't say, "Hey, that's my bad eye, dude, get on the other side." So I outrank any horse that he's ever met or is gonna meet. So if I walk in on his bad side and his bad eye, it's his responsibility, it's his job as a prey animal to get out of my way. But again, I understand why he's doing this. He feels very vulnerable and afraid of what I'm going to do. And I feel bad for him, but the only way I can make him better is to not lie to him. If I asked you to get out of my way this direction, I pinched him there with my left hand. I'm going to make it happen. Whoever the herd leader is the one that moves the other one's feet. So I need to move his feet. He can't just be like a kite in the breeze and going this way and that and pulling back and running sideways and throwing his butt to you. He can't be doing just whatever he wants. You know, he's on his own time, probably 22 hours of the day. And so if I want to get his attention here, he has to listen. If I come in the pen or if I have him on lead rope. So now I'm just going to, before I handle his feet, and look, he's happy to eat here, so he's feeling a little better. I just want to put a rope on him and see what he does when I take his foot away. Does he kick out? Does he try to kick me? Does he go nuts? And he does pretty good. This is very dangerous. Don't try it at home. Any of this stuff, you can get kicked, dragged, killed. So be careful when you're working with horses. Some could react violently. I do this when I'm doing with him to every horse before I ride it. Before I put a first ride on it, I want to know what is he going to do if a rein were to drop out of my hand and hit him on the front legs. What if he gets tangled up somewhere? And you can see he's not too concerned about that rope on his leg. And even when I take it away, interestingly enough, I did not use my Farrier apron on this first day. I only did it on the second session, which was, I think, a little over a week. Could have been 2 weeks because we got canceled for rain. Because the owner couldn't pick up the back feet. Usually if an owner can pick up all 4 feet, and they say the horse only has a problem with the Farrier, I can pick up all 4 feet until the moment I put my Farrier apron on. And I am a horse trainer, not a farrier. I do barefoot trimming on my own horses. But you can tell if a horse has just been abused by a farrier. When I use that term loosely, I don't really mean, in his mind he was abused. It doesn't necessarily mean the farrier abused him. How I can tell the difference is once they put that apron on, they'll check out. But he was like this from the get-go. Apron or no apron, when I put my apron on the second visit, there was no more caution. He didn't go, "Oh God, now she's a farrier, now I'm really going to get it." He was afraid of anybody touching him, touching his feet. And he needs lessons in the cross ties because he doesn't give to pressure. When he gets in a panic, he pulls back. So the safest thing to do is do him loose for a while, and then have the owner hold him way out in front and just ask him not to move, and then have the farrier do his job. This horse just has front shoes on right now, The hind shoes were removed by the first guy, so I think he can go without the hind shoes, and gonna work, hopefully work with the farrier next time, and see if we can get him taken care of without being tranquilized. And he did throw a kick at me, not here but coming up, but half-heartedly, and he did not do it in the second session. So making progress, very proud of his progress. He's really trying hard. This is still the first session, and then here's when I had him totally loose, and I had done the other side, and then he'd give a little kick here, which I give him a little spanking. And then here's the second session. I did catch him up after that and work with him a little more, but here's the second session, and just showing that he's a lot more solid here. And he allowed me to pick all of his feet. I had put him on the hoof jack as well, but if I taped the entire session then, or had it taped, I would run out of battery. So showing the finer points and none of the quote bad stuff edited out. Hope he can handle it for the final product. And he didn't walk away from me when I was done. You know, couldn't get enough of me. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.